What's up guys, it's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today we are in King Arthur's Rise and we are going to be doing something pretty important. And that is right at the end of the main story where you have to face this ugly looking beastie that you can see in this picture, CROM. And up until the point where you get to him, you get to face all of these other weird and wonderful wizards and warlocks and monsters and all sorts of horrible things. And you can pretty much face them by just upping your team power and maxing your heroes out as far as they'll go. But when you get to CRUACH, which is this last little worm dude over here, I'll just click on him there. There is a little bit of skill required, not a huge amount. There's also a little bit of randomness and you do need to take the right heroes into this battle. So that's what I want to show you guys today in this video is who you should use. And they are all, as you can see, heroes that you will get and that you probably have by now if you've been playing the game for a little bit. Probably like a week or so, you'll have all of these heroes. Now you can see I'm using Morgan, I'm using Isolde, I'm using, what's the guy's name, Tristan, and I'm using Kay. So this team is pretty much free to play. Like I said before, you can see I've got them all up to about level 50. I've got a couple of awakenings on 3 of them. I've got a single awakening on Morgan, and I've got them in some relatively alright gear. When I say alright, I just mean like 3-star pieces up to level 9. And that is pretty much all you need. You don't really need to focus too much on sets, though if you are focusing on sets for gear, I would definitely recommend using the Vigor set, because the Vigor set does give you 1 Vigor at the beginning of every turn, which means that you can always fire off your skill 2. That is particularly important in this team for Morgan and also for Isolde. Now with Isolde, I also do have her Flame Relic or her Flame Weapon. Her Flame Weapon is really, really important. If you can get a hold of it, you can actually buy it in the relic shop. And it's pretty reasonable. It is there at the moment. I think it's like 3,750 of your tokens to buy the relic. But if you can get the flame relic for her, it just means that you get a bigger heal. So you can see with Vindonus's favor, she heals for 7% of the max HP plus 130. With the regular weapon that you get, which is the ice weapon, she only heals all allies for 3.8% of her max HP. She does give a recovery over time, so you can probably get away with it, but I would say that you probably want to get hold of that flame weapon. If you can't, then you can use Turin if you do get her ice weapon, which is again a weapon that is on sale in the shop that you need to buy, or you can use the other healer, I forget her name now, Sarah. You can use Sarah. She's got a pretty big heal. You kind of want to make it set where there is a heal. So the key to this battle is going to be making sure that when he wipes our entire team, which is what he will do, that we don't have just a healer left on the board. Now, I've seen it done with 2 healers, but this is the way that I would recommend that you do it. So kind of getting these heroes leveled up to 50 will happen organically as you play your way through the campaign. So you should have them here or hereabouts by the time that you get to this boss. So let's go in and we will start the battle and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Really, really straightforward, and I don't want to make this too long-winded. Now we don't want to have it on full auto to start off with because you will fall short. You can organize your skill order settings. I would just sort of make it at the beginning. I probably wouldn't. I would leave this alone. But you do want to switch off the auto, so that little circle that's going there. So you can see he's basically wiped our entire team now. So the only hero that we have left on the board is Kay. Now you see that bar at the top of the screen. There's little diamonds on each bit of the bar. You've got a total of 4 diamonds. Every time you hit one of those diamonds, you will get one of your heroes back. That's why I say you can't be left with just a healer, because you won't do any damage to the boss. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sort of manually do Kay's skill 2. We're just going to hit the boss, and then you see we've triggered one of the diamonds, so he's going to spit out one of our heroes. It's called indigestion. Isn't that appropriate? So who did he give us back? He's given us back Morgan. That's absolutely perfect. So we're going to hit again with Kay's skill 2. K's skill 2 is just pretty hard hits to the boss. And there he's going to spit out, who did we get back? Okay, so now we've got all of our hitters back. So I'm going to use just skill 1 with Tristan because I want to make sure that Morgan can fire off her skill 2. As I said, you put her in a vigor set, you won't really need to worry because she will always have that up. And if you don't have a vigor set, then you just need to make sure that you're kind of a little bit careful to make sure she can fire off skill 2. What does skill 2 do for Morgan? It decreases the enemy's attack gauge. So that yellow bar under his red bar, it reduces it. So that's basically why you want to do that. Now again, I'm going to hit with skill 2 with K, and you can see that we're just starting to chop his health down. Now I'm going to go for skill 3 with Tristan because that is his hardest hit. And that's probably going to leave me, see now he's given us back Isolde. So now we do have a healer. Skill 1 from Morgan. And then we should be able to fire off. We'll do skill 2 from K again. So literally just keep tapping on skill 2. We'll go with skill 2 for Tristan. And we should now be able to get a full heal. Oh, no, we can't. I should have gone with skill 1 for Tristan there. But we should still be all right. So now we can, again, use skill 2 for Morgan to reduce his attack gauge. If you were taking note of the yellow bar, it reduced there. We'll stick on skill 1 for Tristan just for the sake of making this battle like 100% you will win. And every time, there we go. So we get a nice big heal now, Vindoma's favor. And then again, we're going to go skill 1 for Tristan. We're going to go skill 2. We don't really need to reduce his attack gauge all that much. If you do take too long on this final part, then he does do a skill which will absolutely rip you to shreds. But that is literally it. So that's taking care of the hardest bit of the battle. Now we are into this amazing animation, which I must say is really, really cool. I've watched it about 100 times, but it doesn't get old. It just doesn't get old. So yeah, this boss, he's now changed into literally himself. So nothing has happened. All you've done is made him super angry. And you'd imagine that would make him a whole bunch stronger, but actually it doesn't. So what I'm going to do for this part is I'm going to literally just go into the skill order settings. I'm going to make sure that Isolde is healing. I'm going to keep these settings exactly as they are. So Morgan's going to be using skill 2 again to reduce his attack gauge. Kay's going to be prioritizing her multi-hit just because she can take care of the other bits. And then I'm going to go literally okay. Sorry, picking you guys up. And then we will just full auto this. Now, if you click on the middle bit where his head is, you will see those little lines come up on the screen. That means that they are targeting the boss. And that is what I would recommend that you do for this battle. Just literally target the boss. You don't need to worry about anything else. And look here, I'm doing nothing. And this boss will fall. I guarantee it. Like this second bit of the boss is not in any way, shape or form as hard as the first. If you are going through it for your first time, you may need to take a breather. You may need to, make 110% sure that you're doing everything right, that you're getting your heals off. But once you've done it once, it's just going to come that much easier. And to be quite honest, you won't struggle with this boss going forwards. He does get to this bit. So this bit is kind of like, it's like a shield when he puts his face up and he goes all like, like that. But what you need there is you just need a multi-hit. And pretty much all of these heroes that I've got here are multi-hitters anyway. So they're just breaking through that shield. If you struggle with that part, you can use Kay's skill 1 because she hits 5 times. And it's not about the damage, it's about the number of hits. And you can see there, job done and battle won. And that is so important to be able to get you through to the hard modes and to be able to progress throughout the story in terms of building your buildings, putting things together and stuff like that. So that's literally everything that I wanted to cover in today's video. I hope that that's been helpful for you guys. Hopefully it will help you go smoothly through your journey. And those are the heroes. I mean, literally with those heroes, you can pretty much crack through the whole of the story campaign, just leveling them up to level 50. In terms of the gear, like I said, it's not super important, but if you are going to be building sets, I'd recommend putting a Vigor set on at least your healer and on Morgan, because Morgan definitely benefits from having that skill 2 up and ready to go all the time. So yeah, that's everything for today, folks. Please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. We will be going through loads of other content in the days, weeks, and months to come. So drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your mother, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.